Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can kinda do it all, successfully transitioning from a career as one of the most popular and accomplished wrestling stars of all time. He's gone on to a Hollywood career that spanned everything from action flicks like the Fast and Furious franchise, to family films like The Tooth Fairy, to comedies like Central Intelligence. Johnson is a likable guy who always seems happy to be wherever he is, and he never takes himself too seriously, particularly on movie sets. Here's a look at some bloopers that make us love The Rock even more. Walking tall. Johnson is tough, the kind of guy who could easily smash things without the need for special props or stuntmen to do the dirty work for him. At least one would think that would be the case. When the wrestler was cast in one of his first major lead roles as Chris Vaughn Jr. in the 2004 remake of the 70s classic Walking Tall, he discovered that his toughest enemy wasn't the bad guy at all, but rather a particularly obstinate car taillight.
I'm strong, I swear.
Journey 2: The Mysterious Island. A not-so-little-known fact about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson: dude is seriously jacked. His muscles are absurdly large, so on the set of Journey 2: The Mysterious Island, he decided to let his body do the talking instead of his mouth, to hilarious effect.
What is this place?
The game plan. It's almost like Johnson went full method actor with this blooper. In the game plan, he plays a star quarterback who's thrust into the wackiness of fatherhood upon suddenly learning he has an 8-year-old daughter. But as it turns out, there are certain pitfalls involved in having a tea party when you're as massive as The Rock.
Small chair, big guy. Classic.
The other guys. It looks like Johnson had cold feet when it came time to film this big scene in the cop comedy The Other Guys, in which he briefly co-starred opposite Samuel L. Jackson. The two extra awesome detectives end up jumping off a building. At least they're supposed to.
Oops.
Central Intelligence. In this clip, Johnson shows he's not too tough to take a little ribbing. After he admits to the character played by comedian Kevin Hart that his name is made up, Hart gives him a pep talk, arguing that having a made-up name isn't such a big deal. Hart then rattles off a bunch of cool names that everybody knows aren't real, including someone very familiar to Johnson.
You think Mr. T and Sting and The Rock, you think those guys are real? That's a bunch of dumbass nicknames by a bunch of dumbass people.
The Tooth Fairy. Well, there's a magazine for everything and everyone, even tooth fairies. In this blooper from the set of the family-friendly comedy The Tooth Fairy, in which Johnson plays against type as a tooth fairy, he shows that he's still a man with needs. Race to Witch Mountain. Johnson keeps the mood light and shows that he has some pretty agile improv comedy skills for a guy best known for big and flashy action movies. During the filming of this Disney remake, Johnson yells out the names of a bunch of different animals in an attempt to distract another character, including one very dangerous animal in particular.
Is that a woodchuck? Ferret? Kangaroo? Vin Diesel? Oh, this guy's better looking.
Fast 5. Speaking of Vin Diesel, here's Johnson messing around on the set of Fast 5. He's only pretending to mercilessly pummel Vin Diesel about the head and face over and over again, though according to internet rumor, he probably wishes he had unloaded for real when he had the chance. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.